Please go to the diary room.
Every single season and learn everything that there is to know about everybody.
Please make your way to the diary room.
Celebrity, Braden. Welcome back, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of The Diary Room, a Big Brother podcast where we're trying to find the best player in Big Brother history. And we're still here in round one, and we're breaking some ground here today. We are making history in The Diary Room as over a year later, after we have began this podcast, we have officially gotten to our first returning guest. So that is very exciting. But before I bring her in, of course, I am Matt here, as always, with Aman. Aman, what's up?
Hey, super excited to be back as per usual, making our way through, and excited to have this is our first repeat guest, isn't it?
I think it's our first repeat guest. As I just said, we are making history.
Yeah.
Are you ready for it? Because I think she's ready for it. We owe this person a proper episode because while it's a repeat guest, we can't quite say that this could be a repeat episode because the first time she was on the podcast, she only really got half an episode that actually made its way to your feeds and ears. But we're joined today by Mari Forth. Mari, how are you?
Yay, repeat guest. You can call me Jesse, coming out BB 10, 11, whatever. But anyways, yeah, man, that when I tell you I had so much fun recording our first episode. And when I tell you we were cooking on that episode, and the fact that the audience only got to hear half of it, it hurts my heart. But we're gonna do it again today, and knock on wood, you're going to hear the full scope of all of our discussions. So thank you guys so much for having me back.
It was an easy decision, Mari, for you to be the first person to make the return spot here. Not just because of that, but because it's so much fun to talk Big Brother with you. So, can't think of a better candidate. But I am so excited to get into this. By the way, pulling the curtain back, as we love to do around here, we send players to round two and we talk about how we're recording these podcasts weeks in advance. Tonight, right now, is Big Brother 27 premiere night. So we are all very excited, gearing up for the premiere, have no idea what's in store for us. By now, maybe Rachel's on her third HOH of the season when you're actually listening to this, if she's actually in the house, but we don't know. Mari, we're excited.
Oh yeah. I love Big Brother premiere night. It is our Christmas in July. It is, the community gets activated. We're now all on a new social platform. Shout out to Blue Sky. I've been over there since November of last year. I completely shut my Twitter down. Like, I deleted it and everything. I've been over there for months now, but I'm so happy that we're making a concerted effort for the Blue Sky, the Big Brother community to come to Blue Sky, and we are taking that platform over. I don't know if they understand what's about to hit them once the premiere, not only once the premiere starts, but after the feeds come on, it's going to be bananas. So I'm so excited. I am excited this year. Like, really, really excited.
That Davon wins the veto tweet would have broken Blue Sky. They would not have the server capacity for but yeah, Aman, it's tonight. I know, again, everybody listening to this, it is like weeks later, but we are hyped right here and now, and just deal with our hype.
Yeah, I mean, it's always a good time. I'm like wondering as to whether or not we're going to, I mean, by the time you guys listen to this, you already know what the tea is regarding the mystery house guest. I'm just wondering if we'll actually get to find that out tonight, or if it'll be something that we have to wait until Sunday's episode to find out. We'll see, but I'm excited nonetheless.
Yes. Mari, you were talking about how we were cooking last time, and we certainly were. The episode, I think we got through, if my memory recalls correctly, I think the portion of it that saved was through talking about Tucker, or maybe through Jessica, because then we pulled Tucker. That was all gone, and that's a matchup that people are still talking about today. Jess Milagros versus Tucker. On the bright side, Jess did get voted back into the competition, so we do have them both. But the controversy,
that was a hard one. That was so hard. Yeah. Oh, I
Yeah,
don't.
but
I
she's
hope it's not controversial. I hope we
I
don't
hope
have
there
any
is.
controversial bits. I know you
Because
do.
the two of you decided to vote to send Tucker through to the next round, and
hey, I regret nothing. I never will.
hey,
I feel like no matter which way we went, that was just one of those matchups where you're like, oh well, we are damned if we do, damned if we don't.
I
and look,
agree.
for anybody who was upset about the decision, luckily for you, anything that you had said, people couldn't have actually been mad because they didn't hear it. Yeah.
Dang. Oh, that was so
What are
good.
you
That
gonna,
was such
what
a
are you
good
gonna do?
conversation too. Yep.
And
What are
then
you gonna do?
the second matchup had been Xavier versus Jack Matthews from BB21, where it was a
Mm.
pretty slam dunk decision for us to send Xavier through. So
Yeah.
not much else there.
Yeah.
But it's been a while. We recorded that in November, and here we are in July of the following year. So lots to get into for whoever we pull tonight. I don't know.
I just cannot believe that we're about to add an entirely new cast of people to this bracket in the next few months. Like it's gonna go by like that. We haven't even seen the premiere yet, and just to think we have like a whole batch of players that we have yet to get to because they don't exist yet. At least in our mind. Well, I guess they do exist now, but it's just kind of crazy.
Yeah,
This will
and
be the never ending bracket.
I know.
we're talking about this on Blue Sky today, but or at Twitter too. Rachel, if she's in the house, which as of right now we're assuming that she is, no, not going to be on the wheel until she gets out of that house. We need to see the full Rachel Riley experience before we can assess her game. So right now, no Rachel to talk about here.
I really don't think she's playing. So I really do think that if we do find out what's going on with her tonight, that you might be able to add her back in tonight. Because I just, I don't know. I mean, what Julie did say about like being shocked to get this person, like you don't say that about someone who is just going to be there for a day or two. But even so, like I still feel like maybe she's there just to like be like a certain like twist or theme for like maybe like the first couple episodes and then she's gone, or first couple weeks rather. I don't know. It's very interesting. It's very interesting. We'll find out. We'll see.
And from what I've understood, she's been wanting to come back on for a while now. I believe she wanted to come back for All Stars, but she was pregnant. So it would she be considered a hard get? Like she loves this franchise. She wants to be a part of this. So I agree with you, Amon. I'm hoping it's some sort of twist, a game in a game, murder mystery type twist that we've all been speculating. But it will be absolutely hilarious to me. I'm not gonna lie. It would be absolutely hilarious to me if she doesn't show up at all. She's not.
she's actually home recording a podcast with Brendan tonight.
It'll probably be the most successful troll, but of all time. But like,
that would
it's
be the
got
funniest thing.
it
has to be her
at this
oh my
point.
God.
All the clues and everything, especially the one that came out today. Yeah, like it's. I don't know who else it could be at that point. Like production would be in on the trolling if that were the case.
Yeah.
Which they could be, but maybe they're not that deep into it or caring. But I don't know, it depends. So we'll see. Again, you all know how that's all gone. So let us know in the comments how right or wrong we are before we get into the wheel spin. One more matter of business before we actually do. Mari, we have you here on the final episode of this round of 5 episodes, which is going to kick off another Battleback for us. Every 15 eliminated players, we have a Battleback. Let's talk through real quick the 12 players that are currently eligible, plus the 3 losers tonight. Those would be 2 players from Big Brother Over the Top. We have Cornbread and Chrissy. We have from Big Brother Canada 11, Zach Nielsen, the quitter. Big Brother 5, we have Karen. Big Brother 17.
Ooh.
Oh, and Over the Top, we have 3 OTTers in here. Jason Roy did lose his matchup. Big Brother 3's Jerry. Big Brother 16's Hayden. Big Brother 24, Paloma. BB 26, Cam. BB 19, Matt Kleins. And then 2 players. Cam lost. And then 2 players from Celebrity Big Brother US season 2. Actually, no, one of them is season 3. But Joey Lawrence and Chris Kattan. That is the full roster of current losers eligible for the Battleback, plus the 3 tonight. So I heard a couple reactions in there, Mari.
Oh yeah. Shout out to my dogs at the crib. I can see why Cam could have lost a battle because I mean his time in the Bigger Brother house was a little bit more laid back than what somebody who probably was an active participant, but he is really has a soft spot in the fandom just for being like a genuinely nice guy that got through this experience, that went all the way through the experience and made it to finale night. So I could definitely see him battling back there. Joey Lawrence, actually, he did a pretty good job picking up the game when he was in Celebrity Big Brother. Uh, it a little too late, and he didn't have the social capital to really make any moves. But it was kind of cool watching him figure things out.
Mhm.
So that's pretty cool. And Karen BB5, I
I
mean,
know that was a hard
legend.
one. She lost her matchup to Jason Guy, so it was
Oh,
impossible.
yeah.
Real uphill
Oh,
battle
Yeah,
for
that
her
was
there.
a rough one.
So
Yeah.
so
I think she'll get some love in the Battleback
stupid.
vote. I think that Jason Roy will get some love in the Battleback vote. I hope
Yes.
both of them do. Unfortunately, only one can win, whether it's them or Cam or somebody else around here. Cornbread could get a lot of love. No, I don't think so.
Let's not do that.
Maybe Joey. Maybe there's a Chris Kattan fan out there that throws him a vote, but that's probably where the majority of the votes are going to end up. Or today we could have another loser join. So if you're looking to get your votes in for that Battleback vote, it is of course on our Patreon, patreon.com/the diary room. Plus Amon and I will do a losers bracket where we'll take all 12 of those names plus today's 3 losers, and we will talk about who's the worst of the entire bunch. That should be fun. Are we all ready to spin the wheel today?
Yes,
Yeah.
this is the last pre BB27 wheel.
Not exactly. Well, because we're going to keep recording episodes that don't have BB27 players until the season ends.
No, I meant like
Before we know
Before we're in it.
before the season exists.
Sure.
Yeah.
Even though you all know what happens in the first 3 weeks of Big Brother 27, we don't yet. Okay, so we are here in this moment. Yes, in this pre BB27 world, and we have a lot of players here. Amon, it's been a bit since BB Can has come up. I feel like we're getting a couple tonight.
Oh yeah, for sure. For sure. Like we've got to make some headway on the BB Cam people. I feel like we were sort of like neglecting them, as it were. We got through a couple of them with Sarah, but it'll be nice to see some of them return. But knock on wood, because sometimes they like to they're a slippery bunch. Our Canadian brothers and sisters, they kind of just stick to themselves up in their tundra, as it seems. So we'll see.
I hate to call you out on your memory, but we didn't get any with Sarah.
Oh my God, we didn't. Well, she was enough for all of them.
Yeah. Also, though, a lot of positive feedback on the Sarah Hanlon episode. Everyone was very excited to see Sarah, as we were to talk to her. So
yeah,
good stuff there. The last BB Can player to get pulled was four episodes ago with Dwight, where Goose from BB Can 12 came up, as did Zach from BB Can 11. So it's been a minute. But
those last 2 seasons of BB Can feel like fever dreams. Not having those feeds, I feel like I don't know those people at all.
Yeah, it's a blur.
In like the last round of 5, Santina was a name that came up that like one or two people were jumping in, with a lot of positive things to say about her, just enjoying her as a character. But one of the things we kept talking about was like, we only got so much from anything in those seasons. It was tough. But
yeah. But I feel like more often than not, a lot of them have not been making it through. I mean, maybe Matt can, actually do a quick search on that. But I feel like, while some of them might slip through, I think that the most of them, post digital dailies era, unfortunately, would not be making it into round 2. But it's nice to have them mentioned, as they are still part of the history of it all. So.
Yeah, BB Can 11's actually done surprisingly okay so far. I think they've all gotten some really lucky matchups. But just at this point, we'll see if that continues.
Yeah.
Are we all ready for the first player of the night?
Okay, let's rip the Band-Aid off.
All right, let's rip the Band-Aid off and give Mari her full deserved episode here. I'm excited to see where we go tonight.
Watch, it's still going to be BB.
Away.
Okay.
First up today is going to be looks like we're going to Big Brother 4 for G.
Oh, gee.
I knew it. I was like, I knew it. I knew it was.
You knew it was going to be B4? You knew it was going to be G?
No, I knew it was gonna be BBUS because
After all that talk
Canada.
about BB Can. Yeah.
They want to keep to themselves. They're very isolationist on this wheel. Like, what's going
It
on?
is not encouraging for them, because we've had ideas before of like, oh, you should do all like all these players do like one episode that's all from the same season, and it's like, well, then you're just having them knock each other out. Like, we can't do anything about
Yeah,
that. We're
exactly.
gonna get to a point where BB Can is just knocking each other out, and
Yeah,
what can
Mhm.
we do?
for sure.
But it is what it is. Let's talk about G.
All right, G
Mhm.
began the game in an unstable position as he was nominated by Nathan in the first week, and not a part of the large Elite Eight alliance. G recovered, joining the Three Stooges with Justin and Robert and winning HOH in the second week. The Stooges, Dana, and June's protection allowed G to remain safe for the next few weeks. His downfall came during his second HOH reign. G planned to target Erica again. However, Erica had protection from her alliance, Girl Power, and they saved her instead, which left G blindsided. After June won HOH, she decided G had become too much of a threat and decided to turn her back on him and target him. G was evicted by a vote of 2-0, placing fifth.
Mari, G is not a name that comes up a lot in the Big Brother conversation to this day. When we look back on BB4, of course, he's a big part of it. He is literally June's ex in a season that was about exes, the X Factor. And I feel like he's looked back on, relatively fondly when he is looked back on. But again, I just feel like he doesn't come up a whole lot in conversation.
Yes, so I just recently did a little thing on Blue Sky. Introduce yourself, Big Brother. How'd you get into it? And Big Brother 4 is actually one of my favorite seasons. Right now it's Big Brother 4, Big Brother 24. And mostly because and I didn't see Big Brother 4 live. I actually didn't start watching live until Big Brother 5. But Big Brother 4 was kind of how Big Brother was brought to my forefront because I remember as a young teen being like, people were like, there's a show where people were surprised with their exes. And I had no idea what Big Brother was. I had no idea like what was going on in the show, but I knew I was like, oh, there's a woman on here named June and her ex G is on it. And like I tangentially heard like the twist before I even knew what Big Brother was. I think that's why I am a big fan of like twist casting and stuff like that. So G and June to me, like everybody says Big Brother 4 is June and Allison's season, and it is. When you go back and you watch just how masterfully they both played two sides of a house, that's the big deal. But G being somebody who comes into this Big Brother experience very innocent seeming, everybody's like, June and G, how did they a lot of people
This was a couple.
question how their exes, yeah. Him kind of being innocent and then like kind of what people could be considered like the slow corruption of him due to Robert, something a lot of people didn't like Robert. At least now, we go back and look now, it's like, oh, said some kind of messed up stuff. But G to me was always just one of those guys who felt like he was trying to play an honest game, but quickly realized like, no, I need to play my game. I need to play. It wasn't ruthless, but he kind of dropped his morals instantly, but not in such an overt horrible way. And so I love G as a player. Him and June and their tentative truce was so fun to watch. And then the ultimate, her cutting him, is such a girl power, girl boss type move. Um, Even though they used each other to get far in the game. G is such I love him. I truly do. Like he's such a good player to me. Just because he kind of embodies what Big Brother those early seasons of Big Brother were thinking when they did this stunt casting. Like he embraced it so well. He went with the flow. He had the him and June butted heads, but then they got together and they were working together, and then they butted heads again to the point where she gets rid of him. It was just perfect. G is such a fun character to me, and if you haven't watched Big Brother 4, him, June, Allison, sadly Robert, they to me really make that season entertaining.
Yeah, you see a lot of gameplay from that group, exactly who you just
Mhm.
mentioned, in a time where the gameplay is still being figured out. We're still kind of, you would generally think you go into a game that is involving your ex, and if you don't have the best relationship today, that you want to get them out. But of course, G and June both had this whole idea that is obvious to someone who can think through gameplay in any shape or form, to know, let's work with each other as much as we possibly can. And lucky for us, sorry to G, June does come out on top, and
Mhm.
that relationship ends up playing out more in her advantage. She gets the win at the right time, takes him out, and it is what it is. So
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, I think G was actually pretty dope as a player. I mean, I think obviously the through line with him in June was a nice way to sort of like keep him afloat. I think that he sort of like played like this nice little middle position, even though it didn't like really outwardly appear that way, because he was very loyal to the Three Stooges. He
Mhm.
still was able to keep himself, as much as he was seen as like sort of like more of like the more vocal piece or like more strategy focused member of that alliance. I feel
Mhm.
like he was able to keep himself in a nice position with the rest of the girls, as
Yeah.
well as keeping and saving face with the guys. So it's like a very nice like balancing act. I think that
Mhm.
his two alliance members weren't always like the best, but it only made him
Yeah.
look better in terms of
Yes.
like likability in the house. But it also made him always sort of like a constant target, and always like in the back of the girls' mind, we'll get him when we can get him.
Yeah.
And so I always feel like he was kind of like playing to that end, perhaps unknowingly. So maybe if there was just a bit more of a cutthroat energy to him, I feel like he would have done a lot better. But I think given like what was going on with his season and like how proactive he was in calling that truce, I think it shows someone who's like pretty adaptable. So I feel like G is a pretty all around pretty solid player. And I feel like a lot of people, every once in a while I see people be like, they should have brought him back a long time ago. How come he was never brought back?
Mhm.
What's going on? So yeah, I think he's definitely underrated.
He kept
Mari.
his threat level really low. In
Mhm.
in for Amon, I just want to piggyback
Mhm.
off Amon. He out of the Three Stooges, he managed to keep his threat level low amongst the
Mhm.
three.
That kind of leads to what I was going to ask. I almost feel like, and I certainly don't know this, I wasn't there watching live at the time. I kind of feel like he might have lost a final two to Robert, if they both got there. I mean, especially just because Robert had the whole angle of like his daughter, and that was like so
Mhm.
heavy handed, of just like, you know, he's a dad that left his daughter at home and he loves her so much. And like, not to say that G didn't have friends in the house or support, but I almost wonder if that would have had any impact enough to win the day, in a world where they get to the end instead of, the girls making it all the way. So I don't know.
That sounds slightly familiar. I do feel like I remember they were saying like Robert was like the number one like jury threat at the time to win.
Yeah.
It's a quick side story. I don't remember if I've told this on the show before, when Allison came up, but one of my good friends is a nurse, and this is like when she was just now becoming a nurse, and she was doing a lot of labor and delivery rotations. She was actually she told me that, just like, oh, I'm on some lady from Big Brother was like in the hospital today, like she was giving birth. And I was like, wait, what? She was like, yeah, like I'm pretty sure
Yeah.
she said she was on Big Brother. I was like, no, you're lying. And I was listing off all these like modern players, and she was like, no, I feel like she was like on like an earlier season. I think her name was Allison. I was like, no way, you're lying to me. This did not happen. But yeah, like my friend like
I
years
mean,
ago
she gave birth somewhere.
was, yeah, and she like, oh my god, shut up, Siri. And she like gave like Allison my name to pass along to whoever the hell Allison knew in casting. But yeah, I just remembered that all of a sudden.
Imagine you
After
just give
friend
birth.
breaking HIPAA.
Right. Hey, so like, here's your baby.
It's
Here's my
been
friend.
years.
If you still have any connections, look, whatever it takes to make those dreams happen. So congratulations to Allison. Congratulations to G, if he can make it through this matchup here. But in order for him to do so, we need an opponent. Sorry to yell.
Oh God. Okay.
Who's
Come
up
on,
next
a good
today?
easy match to warm it up. Come on.
Oh,
BB Can
Donna
12.
Marshall. Oh,
so if we are going to get the BB Cam people, it's going to be from the 11 to 12. Okay, I see how it is.
wow.
I see how
Can
it
I
is.
just also tell you?
Donna.
I keep a column. I think there's also a column on like the public spreadsheet. By the way, if you're ever looking for like our standing statistics spreadsheet, it's in like the Linktree, Twitter, Blue Sky, all that kind of stuff. So there's a column about how many episodes it has been since we last talked about this season, and here for us right now, BB Can 1 and 3. 27 episodes since we last talked about either of them. BB Can 4, 21 episodes. BB Can 5, 18 episodes. It is just climbing higher and higher. But that's not what we have right now. We have BB Can 12.
Yeah. BB Can 12.
It's going to be a quick one.
It's really quick, yeah.
Please, because I'm sitting here like, Donna.
Donna rubbed some of the women the wrong way despite being in an alliance with him. Anthony encouraged her eviction as she was seen as uncontrollable for him and Victoria. Yeah.
So
days,
BB
20?
20 days, yeah. It probably doesn't, definitely doesn't feel like that. But also, no feeds. It's hard to feel like you have these people at all.
Oh my God.
What a weird eviction this was. This is so she's the second out of the season. She goes right out after Janine, and we're seeing very early on this orbit of Anthony Douglas, what he's creating for himself in this game, alongside Spicy V. But of course, like we're watching the Dougie show for a good amount of this beginning part of the season. Things eventually slip a little bit out of his control into Victoria's hands. But right now, he has just got the game on lock to the point where he's like, I want Janine out. She's too smart. I'm never going to be able to have her in my pocket. So she's got to go. Same thing happens in the next week. There's a lot of talk about this women's alliance still being a thing. Who could possibly be at the head of it? And who's also not connected to hot chocolate necessarily. It was Donna and the season's winner, Bailey, who were on the outs. A little bit of Todd as well thrown in there, but Donna and Bailey were like best friends right off the bat. They had this connection, and Donna's the one who ends up getting targeted and taken out for Bailey to go on to win. So, we had to lose Donna to get the legend that was Bailey winning that season. Mari, is it coming back to you at all?
It is. BB Can 12 will always be at a disservice because not only did we still just have the digital dailies, but we had two just bananas players in Anthony and Spicy V. These newbies did not stand a chance at all. And like you said, once you were on Dougie's hit list, you were gone. And Donna wasn't she nominated by one of the girls nominated her? Was it Spicy herself? Like, it was such a weird.
I can't remember. I remember that Spicy V divested and threw Donna under the bus without Donna even knowing about it.
Right.
Yeah, Victoria was the HOH. Yeah.
That's what it was, right? And then she was sitting there she was begging them all week trying to keep that girl thing going, and they just voted her out. And but like you said, sometimes somebody has to go in order to propel that other person forward. With Donna not being there, it immensely lowered Bailey's threat level and allowed her to get through the rest of the game. So sorry, Donna.
I remember like Spicy, which is so funny because this was last year, but again, without the digital dailies, like these seasons just don't stick in your brain as much. There's just less information, there's less context. It just doesn't happen. But I remember like Donna did something pretty like low, like she didn't do much to like piss Spicy off, but Spicy was like, well, that's it, I gotta get Donna out now. And I remember being like, okay, this like I guess. So I just feel like Donna was kind of just like one of those positions where like she was just a casualty of war with Anthony and Spicy running the house so early on with little to no one opposing them, and anyone that did show any slightest bit of Auntie Anthony was out immediately. So
Mhm.
yeah, I did think that she didn't have the wherewithal to pivot. And like, I know coming from me, that's like, because I love when people like go against the vets initially. I love, and even for today, before we even see what's going to happen in BB 27, if Rachel's in that house, go after Rachel. As much as I love Rachel, you will never hear me say, oh, keep her in the, no, get her ass out. I want to see vets do it. So I understand that, but at the same time, like if the house isn't biting, girl, you gotta switch it up because you're gonna get got. You just have to. You switch it up. You play fake. You play nice, and then you get their asses out. But you got to be able to switch it up.
She also had the it was like a bit of a showmance with her and Todd, where like we were getting glimpses of it, and then all of a sudden, as she got evicted, they had a little kiss on the way out, and of course, he as well probably benefited from losing that relationship. The target of a showmance was off his back, and him and Bailey still worked together really well throughout the entire rest of the game. Todd, of course, wasn't like the biggest threat, that was scaring people into needing to get him out, but just them as a trio was standing out so much more than it did once one of those three were gone. And again, Todd and Bailey got to go forward into the rest of the game. But yeah, and she almost wasn't even the second one out. But again, Dougie got his control. This is the week that Dennis uses the veto on Vivek. And my God, while that was a story in itself, it's what the house wanted, or it's what Dougie wanted to get Donna out. So
yeah. Oh,
poor Dennis.
So I know.
BB Can 12, definitely some highlights. Unfortunately for Donna, she was out a bit too soon to really be, I guess, considered amongst those. But I feel like she turned into a really big fan of the show postseason. She was like doing Big Brother Instagram lives, and like, if you're doing like,
I feel like everybody in that cast was pretty active
were.
after they got eliminated. It was like we got fucked.
Oh
by
yeah,
to be honest,
it was. They were doing like weekly lives, and I think even still to this day, like Donna's pretty active on like Twitter, just within the community, because look, some people go on the show and fall in love with the experience or fall in love with the show itself.
You get sucked in and have the same disease that the rest of us do.
Yeah, it's uncurable.
Welcome. Yep. One of us.
Big Brother 4's G versus BB Can 12's Donna. Mari, tough call here.
No, it's not. I gotta push my boy G through. No question.
All right. Come on.
Yeah, I'm glad, because I feel like G is sort of like underrated, and there are so many other ways that his matchup could have gone. I feel like he beats a lot of people still. He made it pretty deep into the season. He was pretty decent socially. He's pretty decent physically as well. All around pretty decent player that isn't talked about enough. So I'm happy to vote for him here. And also just as always, like some of that East Asian representation that is so rare, not only in the States, but also in Canada as well. So happy to see him push through for sure.
Very welcome addition to round 2 to have G joining us there. So June's already in as well. So both halves of the X's do make it forward into the next round. I feel like BB4 is actually doing pretty good. I'm wrong.
I think so. They have 5 that's doing good.
They're not too far off from one another. G is now the 4th player to go through to the next round. 5 players from BB4 have lost so far, so it's just about even. And BB5 again, pretty similar in numbers. So G keeping the BB early BB seasons alive in numbers. So shout out to him winning that matchup. Let's go back to the wheel and kick things off for our second matchup of the day. We did get the BB we were looking for, but I think there's more coming. But it's not going to be here because we're going to BB 11.
Okay. I saw cauliflower there.
Braden Bacha. Yeah, it was almost Cody. You went from a really good player to Braden Bacha.
Braden Bacha. You said this is BB Can 11, you said?
BB US 11. The first boot of BB 11.
Oh, get this man.
Pretty much belongs on Big Brother 15.
This man.
Yeah, that's the one.
Oh my God.
That's the one.
Yeah.
I couldn't have said it better myself.
Every player on this wheel right now, even though they don't know this podcast is happening, are crossing their fingers that they get pulled next, because What a spot
A
that will be
bye.
for them.
First round bye.
It is straight up, just go right along, pass go. This is that man, Braden Bacha.
Braden was a member of the popular clique and was the first house guest evicted after a tiebreaker vote from HOA's Jesse, placing 13th. In the house, Braden made several racist and derogatory comments after the first POV ceremony to fellow house guests Kevin and Lydia in an argument. The argument was edited during the first live eviction show on Thursday, but played unedited on the live feeds.
Intriguing. Mari, we do say, this sounds like an easy matchup, but we recently did have Zach the Quitter from BB Can 11 versus Matt Hardiman from BB 26. So there are tough matchups sometimes between bad Big Brother men. I mean, this is a different level of bad Big Brother
Yeah, that's
men.
what I was about to say. Yeah,
but just it's not always a slam dunk.
Unless y'all haven't done Aaron Grease yet, like this is
she's gone.
yeah, that's what I thought.
Yeah, this man.
Yeah, see ya. Wouldn't want to be you. The only thing I will thank him for will be for Kima's great speech. Shima's how you pronounce it? I don't know.
Yeah, Shima. She
Shima,
made
yes.
some comments on in those last moments because she was on the block against him.
She was on the block next to him,
right?
So she had to call him out, and like you guys said, she even was kind of like censored a little bit on the live feed.
Yeah.
But she called him out, talking about how racist he was, and such a great speech here. But yeah, horrible person, horrible player.
Mm-hmm.
Very glad that he went out first, because if it was up to Big Jeff and Jordan, he would have still been in the house.
You know who's happy to see Braden pop up right now? Cornbread. Who else did I just mention is in the losers bracket coming up? Chris Kattan. Very happy to see Braden join this group. We'll see how that podcast goes for us, Aman. But what else on Braden?
Yeah, I mean, I just echo what you guys had said about Shima. I just love that she just gets up during the eviction, just so matter of factly. Just like, it amazes me just how short some of the attention spans are in this house, because he called two of my very good friends, blah 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 blah, and he even called you, Julie, this. Yeah, he did. So anyone that's voting for Braden is voting for bigot, and you deserve to go home. I was like, you know what? Yes. Yeah,
love it.
I mean, let's talk about it for a quick second here. Jordan, Michelle, Jeff, Casey, and Laura all voted Shima out in this spot. It was a 5-5 tie that Jesse, as the HOH, broke the tie and voted Braden out. In a world where Shima is voted out and Braden gets to stay in that house, I don't even want to know. I mean, we've seen that world on Big Brother before, so I'm sure there's other examples we could pull out of something like that. I mean, again, look at some BB15, but oh my God, it should never have been that close. It's insane. Let's move on.
I know. I was about to say, I think Big Brother has done at least a pretty good job of pulling these people out. Not as quick as Love Island, but
it's just a reminder that that's just kind of like how it was back then, and that's how
exactly
it persisted in more ways than one. That kind of behavior just kind of masks itself a lot of the time. And not to say that we haven't made lots of progress, we most certainly have, but again, BB 11 was not that long ago. And the fact that someone like Shima had to get up and say that stuff on live
TV,
and people still voted to keep that person in the house, it just goes to show you just how insignificant that kind of stuff seems to certain people, or how it's just not a big deal to certain people. And that kind of mentality exists today still. So I don't know, it's just a reminder. It's just a pretty nice little case study on just how, if it's a community that you're not being affected by, then you can care less, especially when you get money involved in it. It's just like, well, if it's no skin off my nose. So
yeah, I mean, he was the triple threat. He was racist, sexist, homophobic, all of them.
Like clear utter unapologetic slurs on the live feeds.
Yeah.
Did not care.
Um,
Ugh.
Yeah. This is gonna be a great draw for anybody
I want to see this.
who comes up next. I feel like we certainly had draws like this before where you're like giving them, the congratulations before we even find out who they are. But like that's like a different type of wheel spin. So let's again just get right into it and talk about who's gonna likely be moving on to the next round.
Get into it, baby.
Hey, why not? Another BB4 player, Dana.
Yeah, in old school now, baby.
Dana Varela, Big Brother 4. She was almost Big Brother 7 as well. Another season that we haven't had come up in quite a minute.
Wow.
Interestingly enough, but let's vote now. So Dana's going through. We know that.
Yeah. Very
But
much so.
let's still talk about Dana and see, how will her chances be when she gets to round 2?
Yeah. All right. Dana started the game as a member of the Elite Eight in order to pick off the X's. Her defensive personality and showmance Justin. Her defensive personality and showmance Justin caused her to slowly defect from the alliance and work with the Three Stooges. After Dana won HOH in week 3, she betrayed her alliance by nominating her 2 former allies, Jack and Allison, with Allison as her target. Nathan won the POV and saved Allison, botching her plan. This forced her to put up Nathan and Allison's ally David as revenge, evicting him in the process. In week 4, Allison won HOH and targeted Dana. She was ultimately evicted in unanimous 6-0 vote, placing 9th. Dana was one of 20 candidates to return for BB7, but ultimately was not selected to return.
Gotta say, I don't think I have the highest hopes for her making it out of round 2 when the time
Right.
comes. I think this is the exact person in my mind that needed this draw, Mari. I feel like my memory of Dana's gameplay would not have normally gotten her through round 1, but here she is.
Exactly. I definitely needed a reminder, jog that memory.
Yes.
But for somebody who was only there for a few weeks and only had that one HOH, it was such it felt like drawing the line in the sand, getting that first blood, getting the blood on her hands. And we just don't see gameplay like that a lot anymore. You know what I'm saying? Like somebody who is willing to turn on their former allies so early, who's willing to actually make those early moves. I mean, because she did go out the next week, and that's why we don't see it. But at least she was entertaining for as long as she was there. So this is a perfect draw for her.
I mean, that's why she gets the tap to at least be eligible for BB7.
Exactly.
She was a hot mess. And we love the hot messes from early Big Brother. So whether it was, getting it on in the jury house with Justin, or maybe even in the house as well, I forget exactly the details. But whether it was that or just like, losing her mind, wanting to target Allison, and that's not going to go anywhere because Allison had a lot of those people wrapped around her finger in one way or another. Wasn't a successful run him on, but it was a memorable one.
Yeah, that's certainly memorable. And this is like, I think, sort of like still the beginning parts of women just really starting to kick ass in the game. You know what I mean? Like BB4 is just like such an ultimate,
So good.
example of that. But I think that this is still sort of like, I feel like back during this era of the show and the early 2000s in general with reality TV, there's always like this trope of like women being the emotional ones, the easy to manipulate ones, the ones that aren't like sort of like dominant and assertive in terms of like winning competitions and go like really calling the shots in the house. This is Janelle, right? So it's like pre the buxom blonde, pre that type of archetype. So I feel like this is sort of like the beginning bare bone stages of that. And yeah, she kind of like she flew a little close to the sun. I think that being a part of the big alliance and then turning on said big alliance without really having a bigger alliance or maybe a stronger alliance to run back to for protection, probably not the best move, but still fun to watch. And I love, that she was like a dog with a bone. It's like, well, if I couldn't get you, then I'm gonna make sure that I get somebody close to you. So get your ass up on that block, okay?
And I love that. I
Yeah.
love that gameplay. I hate when people
Yep.
like make a move but then like back out of it. You know what I'm saying? Oh, I can't get who I got. Oh, let me just put up a pawn and
Yep.
try and
No,
salvage.
you weaken that hoe.
Yes.
Get him.
Exactly. Such good gameplay.
She had a lot of memorable moments. I hate to put this on her, but it's on Justin as well for me. That really one of my main memories of the season is just like every time we went to the jury house, it was the two of them talking about their activities together. So I know that's actually like a groundbreaking thing in BB4, not because of them, but because of some other house guests that were having fun in the BB house. But the jury house was just as rocking. So shout out
Man,
to
such
all
a great
these
season.
young crazy kids at the time. A Dana return would have been fun. I would also just like love to hear Dana today, like just check in with her. Does anyone know where Dana is? Have we heard from her? Has she done any kind of interview, podcast, anything? The people want to know.
No idea, but we'd love to see you come back. Isn't it always refreshing when Big Brother people of old just come back and just automatically just all of a sudden just back in the community and offering up like commentary.
Sometimes
More of you
scary,
guys should
but
I
do
love
that.
it.
yeah. If you're out there, Dana, we know you're out there. We know you're listening.
Mhm.
All right. Well, as already stated, seems like Dana is going through to the next round
Yeah,
over Braden. Get that guy out of
definitely.
here. G and Dana going through. That means that the next matchup is also going to feature a
Damn.
BB4 player
Yeah,
going through.
BB4 just eating it up right now. What's going
Love
on?
that.
Mari, you said BB4 is one of your favorite seasons, though. So
Yeah, it is. Yeah. I like recency bias and just completely at just fully embracing it. BB 24 is my favorite season. I think it is just a perfect story with a perfect winner. And I hate saying that because that feels so like again recency bias, but I love Taylor Hale. And that season would have been nothing without her. And because of how it ended, it truly was a true underdog story. It's a perfect storyline story. It had ups and downs. It had, moments of growing racial tension. Like it was such a perfect season. But other than that, I do love Big Brother 4 is one of my favorites. Of course, BB3, but everybody says BB3, I feel like. So
Yeah.
it's just wild, though, just to keep on the 24, that like if you told any of us throughout the first 80 days of that season that this is going to end up being some people's favorite season after some of the stuff that obviously Taylor went through, but that like the audience went through watching that, it just you never would have believed it 80 days in. And then of course you get to the finale and you're like, oh we
yeah.
have something here.
Yeah.
The only reason you can like tolerate and get through a lot of that stuff that Taylor was going through it in the beginning is because she comes out on top and she like she was strong enough to go through it. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not even gonna pretend anymore. Big Brother 24, my favorite season.
There you go. I was talking in the Chat BCC podcaster group earlier today, just talking about, so I feel like going into this current season 27, and again, this is coming out 3 weeks later, 2 weeks later, whatever it is. So maybe Ashley's already gone by then. But to me, I'm like, I feel like Ashley's been a pretty consensus, like top pick, like number one or number two for most people going into the season. And I was trying to think of like other examples of top picks, and people were saying Taylor as one of those picks. You have on the opposite end of the spectrum of like Winston's that people were very high on, and that didn't pan out. But it's very interesting just to, for right now for us, we're at the beginning of the season. Like which way is it for an Ashley, a Morgan? Which are they? A Taylor or a Winston? There's only two options. I
get my ESP about like people in the cast photos and from the cast, and Taylor and Michael really just like I was like, ooh, I feel something. Like I got goosebumps when I got them. I also I'm not even lying. Jag, I was like, Jag is like, I feel something with him. This season for me, you can put it down here now. Again, they might be gone by the time this comes out, but I feel like Morgan is the winner. of this season. Like it's just I'm just feel the universe is telling me she's the winner. Now, am I wrong? Probably.
It's
But
just like going to
we
be
will
so
see.
funny because again, this is a couple weeks later, like people are going to be laughing at whatever we have to say
I
about the
hope.
season.
And that's
Rachel
the
Riley had
point.
nothing to do with the season. What are you guys
Yep.
talking about?
I don't care.
No.
It's fun. I love speculating. If you've heard me on the BB Live feed updates, speculating is my favorite thing. So if I'm wrong,
And
if I'm right, I don't care. I'll
I think
speculate.
Amon's with you. He had Morgan as his first draft pick of
It's interesting
Mhm.
because I initially, upon like my first sort of run through of everybody, I had sort of had Morgan closer towards the middle of the pack. I actually didn't have Ashley too high either, and it wasn't until like I sat down and rewatched everything that she bumped all the way up to the top of my list. And then when I was late to the draft last night, and I was totally not expecting to get her. So when Sam let me know, I was like, "Oh, so you have Morgan?" I was like, "No way! I had just bumped her up like an hour ago." So yeah, I got the same feeling that you were talking about, like the little ESPN. I have a
ESPN.
feeling.
Yeah.
It's like I have ESPN or something. I
Yeah.
just have a feeling about Morgan. I just feel it. I feel it in my bones.
It's a tingle.
Well,
It's
we'll
something.
see. This wheel here, she'll be on it someday, and either she'll be a guaranteed go through, maybe she'll be a guaranteed first out. Probably not, but we'll see.
We'll
Let's
see.
find out who the final two players of today are going to be, starting with the second to last player of the day. How exciting!
All right. Let's get somebody juicy. Let's get somebody we can sink our teeth into.
Let's see. I don't know how juicy this is, but
Andrew Gordon.
maybe the last pick will be a little juicier. BB Can 2,
Mhm.
Andrew Gordon, one of the members of the first 5.
Right.
Pretty notable alliance when it comes to BB Can 2. And look, not what's the expression? Turning my nose up, something like that, at
Yeah.
anybody from BB Can 2, because
Big
for a
fan.
long time that was considered some of the gold standard of Big Brother. I think people just don't talk about it or BB Can as much these days.
I know. What a shame.
But
Mhm.
yeah, Andrew Gordon, the Canadian Andrew Gordon, not the American one.
Yes. All right. Andrew, a big presence in that game. Andrew was mostly known for his loyalty to the first 5 and his showmance with Allison. Despite the first 5's early dominance, Andrew's game crumbled during Canada's HOH in week 5, in which he was nominated alongside Sabrina. Later, he was evicted by a vote of 7-2, placing 11th.
Yeah, first 5. Even though he was in the first 5, as time has gone on, I feel like he's definitely a more forgotten presence, a more forgotten name. At the time, though, he was definitely seen as one of the top dogs. He's the one that gets taken out. You probably just said this, Amon, but I was looking at a different screen. He's the one that's taken out by Canada's
Yeah.
HOH, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So
Mm-hmm.
took specific circumstances to get him out, but otherwise seemed like he was doing pretty good for himself, primed for somewhat of a deep run, Mari.
Yeah, so for me, Big Brother Canada, I watched the first Big Brother Canada that I watched live was Big Brother Canada 5, of course, because that's when I entered the community. That's when it was hot and at its peak. And then I had to go back and watch 2, 3, and 4. I did not watch Big Brother Canada 1.
Someday.
I don't know if they yeah, there we go. So and by the time I watched Big Brother Canada 2, I knew about it. You know what I'm saying? Because I knew about it. So going in and watching it, it still had that same like, okay, the first 5, they're dominating the game. Like I could get sent out. This is boring. I dislike these people. You know what I'm saying? I hate saying it, but it's like I just didn't like seeing them have such a stranglehold on the game. And and for them to do the Canada's HOH, and it's just like to sweep that like in a parallel universe with no Canada's HOH, Andrew is at the very least making it to finale night, I believe. You know what I'm saying? Like he was in that running that tight ship. He was the one, really getting that alliance forward. And it took the audience, making him vulnerable in order for him to go home. And so and because of that, his name is kind of lost in the sauce. So it's one of those things where I would say that he was twist screwed, but am I mad that he was? No. Because
Yeah.
I didn't want to see it. You know what I'm saying?
That's it. It's twist screwed, but also like I don't think that the audience had and I wasn't watching live, so maybe I'm wrong about this. Like the strongest connection with him, where people were like
Right.
maybe the most upset. I'm sure that like people that were watching for the good gameplay were probably disappointed because he was such a part of the gameplay, as far as I can tell or remember.
Yeah, from what I remember.
Just I don't think he was like forming the biggest character. I feel like he was a big presence in the DR, but otherwise, I don't know. The season's still pretty good once he's gone.
Mhm.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like he was just one of those like big, sort of like strong, muscly men towards the beginning, and had like sort of like a domineering personality that rubbed a few people the wrong way, but still had like a bit of a softness to him as well. I remember Paul really tried to capitalize on some of the negativity that some people felt towards him by, pretty much lying on his name, calling him like racist and all sorts of stuff, and misogynistic, which the misogyny I could kind of see shades of that. He never really said anything, at least to my memory or knowledge, racial in the house. So Paul kind of like tried to get people to rally against him, and then quickly everyone in the cast like shut that down. Like don't throw that around if it's not true, because then it makes it even worse when somebody actually is, and no one wants to give it the proper attention that it deserves. So I think that garnered him a lot of sympathy from the audience. At least it did for me while I was watching, and it garnered him sympathy in the house. But still, right after that, when he's in that sort of like vulnerable position, you still see like he's still sort of like a bit abrasive. And so it was no surprise to me when Canada decided to put his ass up, because people were kind of getting sick of it, because he was kind of like running everything, and the people were really excited for Allison to come into the house as a twist, and then she immediately starts like getting into a showmance with him. So they're like, oh my God. So like she's like our last hope. Now she's getting sucked into it too. So Canada had enough, and they were like, put his ass up, send him home. And the season certainly did not slow down. He was a big part of the reason why I got going in the first place. But as you mentioned, Matt, like him leaving did not put a damper on things at all.
Fashion check here with the button up like dress shirt tucked into a pair of jeans.
I mean,
right. I don't remember him dressing. I mean, well, of course he's not gonna dress with it.
yeah.
But that is not the image that comes up to me when I think of him. So
Yeah. Well, I feel like I just remember him mostly with a shirt off throughout
yeah,
the season.
yeah. Very Jim bro.
You asked for a juicy pick.
I'm still waiting.
Beefy man.
Yeah, there you go.
If you want to look at that one.
Maybe I should. I didn't manifest correctly.
I don't know how much we mentioned or didn't mention. Of course, him and Allison showmance was, obviously a bit of a factor in how the season developed for him once she shows up in the house. So there's that. But yeah, a player that seemed like he was on the right track. But then Canada said, get the hell off the track. We want something else. And so Sabrina was able to stay while he headed out. But let's see what his fate is going to be here in the diary room. He could easily go through. Would it be the most exciting player to go through? No, but are there a lot of players that are worse than him on this wheel? Absolutely. Mari, do you want a really good player or a really bad player to come up?
I feel like we've had too many bad ones. I want a really good one.
That's like
or
the
at
whole
least
thing.
a polarizing one. Something. Give me something.
We need a BB Can legend. That's what we need.
I could be down with that. We were very close on this wheel. Tim Dormer, his name is a couple spots away.
Oh,
and I feel like he was close earlier as well to coming up. But I mean,
we asked for BB Can and we did get some BB Cans, so the will did listen.
Yes,
A
but
little bit.
is it going to listen in this final request for a good player, a juicy name, all that kind of stuff? I don't know. I feel like I don't have my hopes super high. Let's find out. One more Band-Aid to rip off here today with Mari for her full episode. And we're going to close things out with, oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God.
Who is that? Who is it?
Oh, no.
Who was it almost?
It
we were this close to Danielle Reyes.
was almost Danielle Reyes.
Damn.
We were this close.
It was so close to Danielle Reyes. And instead, we have Justin with the knife.
Justin Sebik.
I'm right. That's the Justin. I'm pretty.
I think
sure.
so. I'm fairly certain that that's him.
This is
I don't-
this is Justin with the knife. I'm pretty sure.
I don't. That last name doesn't sound particularly familiar, so it must mean that it's somebody old.
It's BB2 Justin. Here's his picture. Well, so Mari, you got Braden and Justin in one episode.
Why?
What did you? How did you? First, you don't get a full episode, then you get Justin and Braden. Round 2, 3, and 4 are going to be so much nicer to you. I'm sure. This is crazy. How do you go from either Justin or Danielle Reyes? Like, you could have been the one to pass Danielle through the first round, and maybe you still will.
I got so excited.
Another day.
Amon, you did not see it. It was like this.
I couldn't tell who it was.
It was on the line. Like it was. It couldn't have been closer. You know who else was walking a line in the Big Brother house? Justin Sebik, who played 10 days of Big Brother 2 before he held a knife up to another contestant's throat and asked them, "Would you be mad
if I killed you?"
Amon, did the notes say anything other than that?
Justin was expelled from the house on day 10 for holding a knife to Crystal's neck and threatening the other house guests. He was not invited back as a jury member to participate in the final vote. Yeah.
Now, Mari, obviously this is an insane pick, an insane person. To even think about him winning a matchup is wild. But this is like a level of Big Brother history that I feel like just the conversation's interesting because it happened. He like they not only, of course, kick him out, which shouldn't have been surprising that they did that. He literally had a knife to a woman's throat. But then when the interview comes after and Julie sits down to talk to him, and the way that he responds in that interview, like, it's just absolutely insane. There's probably people out there watching this podcast that have not seen it, maybe have heard of it.
Don't know. Yeah.
It's
like
insane.
And the most insane thing about it is that was not the first incident. You know what I'm saying? Like he had, before the Krista situation where he held the knife to her throat, he was getting in arguments. I believe he was getting in arguments with Ken and Bunky, very violent confrontations. I believe he used very coarse language. And so the only reason he gets expelled after several instances of violent tendencies is because he holds the knife to Chris's throat, and because I believe they were drinking that night as well.
Yes.
So this was another thing where they were drinking. Krista herself was she says she barely remembers the incident, if I remember correctly. And it is just such a scary thing to watch on live television. And then for him to come back and to have this sit down conversation, this really like what they used to love to do in, the late 90s, early 2000s, these sit down interviews in the dark and, like half shaded. Tell me about how this happened. And for him to have no remorse and him to be like, it was stupid. I wasn't gonna kill her. Like, this, y'all made a big deal. It's like, but sir, like, we don't know.
Is this like nervous laughter from you, Amon, or like are you watching the clip? Or
no, it was just like Mari's retelling of it was just funny to me.
I tried not to do the thing, but anyways, it was just insane television to watch. And remember, reality TV is in its infancy at this point. So seeing this kind of violence on TV was jarring. And again, Big Brother does the right thing of pulling him, but it was after it got to this point. He had been showing these type of violent tendencies throughout the 10 days.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It just took getting to that level for them to pull him. So Yeah.
Yeah, he clearly had some sort of like impulse control issues. Because like, at the risk of maybe sounding like a justed apologist, I feel like I believed him in his interview when he was like, I wasn't gonna do anything, y'all. It was just like I believe him, but like it's also to the point where it's like, even if it is a joke, why are you joking
Right.
in that manner? Like
Exactly.
it'd be one thing to like to just say, would you be mad if I killed you? That'd be one thing. That would still be kind of weird, but like that's a far cry from taking a knife and putting it against somebody's throat. And then also he tried to make the excuse. I think he tried to make the excuse about like what kind of knife it was, because he was like, oh well, it wasn't like a butcher knife. It was like a I don't even know
A
what.
steak knife.
Yeah,
Like,
it was like it was a serrated knife. Like it wasn't. But you could still kill somebody with that thing. What's wrong with you? Like, and I just like Julie was like, so you don't think that holding a knife to somebody
right.
and saying, "Would you be mad if I killed you?"
That interview.
is like not wrong. He's like,
Mhm.
it was a joke.
We are like long before the days of these contestants coming off shows and having, a PR person or
Mhm.
the show having a PR person to maybe help them with this kind of stuff.
He tried to
Because I mean,
blame
look,
production.
there's nothing that could have saved him from this. Like the fact that he even gets that interview with a chance to apologize or to make things right, and then he doubles down and is like,
He tried to blame production. He was like, if you guys really thought that I was gonna do something like that, that's y'all's problem. Like y'all are the ones. And you know what? To production's credit, they were like, all right, bet you right. And then they made those freaking psychological examinations so much more strict. So really, I mean, we talk about how Danielle has forced a sequestered jury, and
Mhm.
how Aaron has forced a lot of like the sort of
The
disclaimers and stuff like that,
disclaimer.
feeds, disclaimers, and stuff like that. Justin has upped the quality of the psychological examinations for Big Brother. Now, have some people still slipped through? Yes. Has anybody slipped through in that manner? Not particularly. I think probably the closest that we've had is probably Willie, Willie Hands in
Mhm.
BB14. But outside of that, yeah, they were like, yeah, we got to make sure that people don't have a particularly violent past. And I think it came out afterwards that he had lied on his application and he had a few violent charges that he was hiding and stuff like that. So yeah, he clearly has some issues with impulse control and violent behavior. And Krista, I don't necessarily know if I buy the fact that she didn't remember, because she wasn't like, it didn't seem like she was blacked out drunk. So I feel like she kind of
Mhm.
just wanted to just steer clear of the conversation entirely and just be left out of it entirely, which I can't blame you, because
Mhm.
at that time, what is this, 2002, that many people watching you and that many people having an opinion about like the danger that you were or were not in, like it has to be extremely overwhelming. You don't necessarily know how to handle it. But I thought that was interesting that she chose I don't remember, like, really?
Mhm.
You don't remember someone holding a
Mhm.
knife to your throat? Okay.
And now I'm wondering, what's the cutlery policy now? Like, do
I
I
they?
think
know,
they
right?
did.
I
They
think
did
about
make
that.
changes. They did
I
make some
think
changes.
so.
They got like some of those like really safe bladed knives and stuff. I think they still have that stuff to this day in the house.
Yeah.
So yeah.
We shouldn't have to think about
Crazy.
it like this. We really shouldn't. And coming from the season's basically first season, the show's basically first season.
Mhm.
Second time they went into production in that house, or with this group or whatever. But it's insane that this happened, that this exists. The fact that we could still even watch this on Paramount Plus, I'm like, how they haven't pulled it. You would just think in some worlds they would have the conversation of, do we really need this up? But I
I
don't
mean,
know.
I don't think it's that bad that it needs to be pulled. I think if anything, I think that it's good that it remains up, because at the end of the day, thank God nothing really happened.
Yeah.
Right.
It
Mhm.
is it's threatening, and it's frightening, tense behavior, but it ultimately doesn't show anything graphic. So I feel
Mhm.
like in terms of like what's acceptable on TV, obviously
Well, yeah,
it
because
does
they
hurt.
don't show the actual like
Right.
scene of that, right? I think Julie describes like at
I
this
think
point,
that
then
there was like
Justin.
maybe they blurred it
Remember.
out, but I do remember seeing like
I've
a
seen it, so
slow
Do you remember like seeing
motion.
her like laying on the counter, like
Yes,
right in front of
and
him?
he walks up to her with the knife. I think you see. I mean,
put it
I can go look right now.
directly to her throat. I remember seeing the whole thing.
Yeah. I just remember Julie narrating it to tell us what happened. And maybe I remember that more
But
than
also,
actually
that's
seeing it.
such a dumb question too. Like, what would you be mad if I killed you right now? I'd be super dead, bro.
Well, that's
So,
why
yeah.
that's why I believe him
No one
when I'm
talks about the
like.
question.
That's why I believe him when I'm like, okay, like he's like, I wasn't gonna do it. Like, if I was gonna kill somebody, who asks a question like that? But I'm also like, but why are you asking it in the first place? That is the point here, Justin. You keep like dodging that and going straight. Like you're trying to put it on us to explain your behavior. And it's like we're asking you to explain your behavior. Like, what is going on? He's like, it was a joke. I'm like,
Like, don't joke like that, please. Like,
oh, Justin,
an
I wonder
unreal
what
part
he's
of
up
Big
to
Brother
these days.
history. I don't want to know. I really don't. I'm good. I would love to check in with old school players. We just talked about it. Dana, where are you? G, where are you? Justin, stay where you are. Big Brother history. Mari, I'm so sorry that we couldn't make that wheel spin happen for Danielle. It was so close.
so close.
And it's like, I feel like I talk
okay.
about this from time to time. Some of these like big names, I just want to get them over with already. I want to get them into the
Yeah.
next round and stop being worried that we're going to get like legend versus legend in round one. Like yeah, we have battlebacks for a reason, but still, I don't want it to happen. And Danielle could have just slid right on into the next round.
And I can definitely say that with these three added to the Battleback pool,
I don't freaking know.
I mean, it made it easier for who was
Oh,
already
yeah,
there.
The Karens and Jasons are going to have a much easier time without tougher competition. I don't know if I can share this, even though now there's two of you now. Oh, did he leave?
Oh, uh-oh.
Hi, Amon.
Oh my God, they're trying to ruin another episode.
I thought you were sharing your screen to show the Justin thing when I saw another screen that popped up,
No,
and I was like, well, I don't think we can do that. But it was just you again. I don't know what I was saying, but this is crazy.
I thought I don't know.
Yeah, just waiting for the legends to pop up. In the meantime, okay, let's make it official. Anybody voting for Justin, or is Andrew Gordon seeing round 2?
Lucky Andrew.
Lucky Andrew.
Andrew, this is a very lucky break. Like Justin of all people. Come on.
But Amon, like someone out there is thinking that there was a world you were going to vote for Justin. Just feels like
I think that's no.
Andrew Gordon advancing to the second round from BB Can 2. By the way, BB Can 2, an incredible run so far. They have now 7 wins and 1 loss in the first round. They are crushing it. Absolutely crushing it. For a season of BB Can that, again, is remembered fondly, but like, I don't know, I just wouldn't have expected that good of numbers, but they've had good matchups. So that is what it is. Again, Andrew Gordon going through. Justin, would you be mad if we evicted you here? Because we are.
Yeah.
There we go. That's the title.
Yeah. Dana is from BB4 also advancing to the next round, while Braden Bacha also out. And then G as well from Big Brother 4 advances, while Donna from Big Brother Canada 12 is evicted here. So a good day for some old school players, not all of them. And this losers bracket, Mari, we take all the losers, all 15 of the recent losers, and we determine who's the worst just from this episode alone. I don't know what the hell we're going to do.
Like 2 really good options.
And who else is it? Let me look back on that tab. So Zach, the quitter from BB Can 11, Chrissy from OTT, Cornbread,
Fuck yeah.
Paloma's in this round.
Oh wow.
This is a crazy
not the fight for the worst loser.
Chris Kattan, like some of these people aren't going to see the second round of the losers bracket. Well, we do it the same way we do this here. We match everybody up, 2 at a time, sometimes 3 at a time because numbers. And then we just eliminate the good players until we get down to the worst. That's what happens on these podcasts. They're all so bad. There's so many bad
Stacked with
ones.
losers.
Oh
Absolutely
my
stacked
gosh.
with losers.
So that'll be crazy when we get there. Mari, we made it through a full episode, but at what cost?
At what cost?
But at least we made it through.
Yes, I'm so glad. Thank you guys for having me again. You know, I'll catch you in another year, maybe. Maybe we'll get or round 2 or something, and
Absolutely.
we'll get some better picks. But I mean, if anybody has to take one for the team and get the dregs of the dregs, I'm glad I could do it and be here with you guys doing it. So
hey, we got some BB4, which I'm glad you have some love for it because we got to talk about it twice tonight. But I'm so glad to have you back with us today, Mari. Where can people find you outside of here if you're looking for more of your content you're putting out there?
Well, of course, my main thing that I'm doing is the Crime Scene Pod with Sarah Carradine. So me and Sarah Carradine, we do true crime review podcasts. So if there's a true crime documentary out there, we are normally covering it. So we just covered we did a mini episode on Trainwreck. We've been covering like the Trainwreck series on Netflix, which has been having very, very good episodes there. But like the Poop Cruise series, the Astro World series.
You never heard of the Poop Cruise, Matt?
The Poop Cruise, yeah. Exactly.
I have to check out the pod.
You please do. You can go to crimescenepod.com in order to subscribe, or you can type in Crime Scene. That's Crime SEEN wherever you get your podcasts, and you can listen to us there. I am also over on Recap Kickback, where me and Chappelle talk about whatever we want to. You can go to recapkickback.com or subscribe to our YouTube page, youtube.com/@recapkickback. We've been having so much fun. We finished our 2 Black Music History Month recordings where we found like every day there's like a category for like black music, like a black song, and we picked out our song for that day. So we did day 1 through 15 and 16 through 30. We put it on a playlist as well for you. It was fun. Then the past 2 weeks we just finished our coverage on Ironheart. Over on Disney Plus, we stepped into Riri Williams' world, and as a Black teen girl who wants to create her own iron suit and the length she's willing to go to do that. It was such a great podcast with Jason Reed joining us on 2 of those podcasts. So we're just doing whatever we want to. So, and it's me and it's Chappelle. So if you love me and Chappelle, go check that out and subscribe to Recap Kickback.
And as someone who does love both of those people, even when I don't exactly know what you guys are talking about, sometimes I still listen anyway. You guys have obviously a great
talk
dynamic,
about crazy stuff. Yes, thank you, Matt. When I tell you, it is a mixed bag over there. So if you just want to know what we're up to, definitely go check that out. And I'm on Blue Sky right now. I'm definitely over there talking about Love Island, but I think after tonight, I'll be talking a lot about Big Brother. So,
is it a 2-hour premiere tonight? Sorry, I was like, is it a 2-hour premiere tonight? I can't remember.
I think 90.
No, 90. Okay, yeah.
90. Okay. Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you, Mari.
That's okay. It's at Mari Talks Too Much. That's 2, like the number 2 over on Blue Sky. That's where you can find me. That's it.
Yes, everybody go check out all of Mari's stuff, all good stuff over there. Again, can't recommend the Recap Kickback podcast enough with Mari and Chappelle. Always a great time. And then Aman, what should people be checking out for you as they await your possible win on the draft, or maybe Sakamon wins? I don't know. One of you could win.
Yeah, everyone. I kept seeing a lot of comments yesterday thinking that I was gonna to serve it up, and I wasn't as confident in my team this time around. So maybe that's what I need. The only person that I'm really confident about really is kind of Morgan. The other 2 are kind of like, but I'm excited to watch.
She could be gone by now.
I like Jimmy. I like
Jimmy too. I do. I like all of them. I'm not as confident about all of them. But yeah, you can follow me everywhere I'm on, Evan. Obviously, check me out over at RHEP. I'm talking all things Big Brother. Drag Race is over at this point, so that's pretty much all I've got going on. I'm just chilling with Big Brother this summer and the Diary Room, obviously, because the mother. I'm not gonna say the mother effer, but the mother effer is busy as hell with school these days. So I
Yes,
got a lot on my
everybody,
plate.
make sure you thank Amon for making time for us here in the Big Brother world as he is, running around like crazy.
Only for the next 8 weeks, particularly, that I'll be super, super busy, and then after that, I hope to be able to be back into a normal schedule. But yeah.
Yes, so happy to have you here, of course. And Mari, again, thank you so much for joining. For myself, you can check me out, of course, here all the time, every week. New episodes of The Diary Room. Check us out again on Patreon for all the bonus content, the losers brackets, the battlebacks, patreon.com/The Diary Room. And then otherwise, I'm on the Free Agents podcast with Brian Scally talking about the challenge. At the point that this is out, the new season of the challenge has begun. The challenge season 41, including some Big Brother alumni. America Lopez, Blue Kim are on this season. So, and Cedric. I almost forgot Cedric, but he was such a late addition to the cast. As far as him being discovered, that I forget sometimes. But three of them are over there. So check out Scally and I talking about the challenge and a bunch of other reality shows as they pop up. We did a Traders draft, a Survivor 50 draft, a Big Brother 27 draft. So all that stuff on the Free Agents podcast, and also hopping in, of course, throughout the summer on RHAP, talking BB27. But that's going to do it for today. Check out our social media links in the episode description. If you're looking for us anywhere, make sure you give the YouTube a thumbs up, a nice little comment. Let us know what you think. Let us know how poorly our opinions have aged of whatever BB27 comments we made, not having seen any episode just yet. But that'll do it for today. Amon, close us out.
Yes, our thanks to Mari Forth for joining us once again, our first repeat guest.
Woo!
Make sure you check out everything she got going on. And until next time, guys, please go to the Diary Room.